It's Mr. Box Office with Mr. Box Office TV, the main event, the professor of truth and entertainment, the ratings killer. And if you don't know, you need to get to know. And welcome to Box Office City with Mr. Box Office himself, your host. And today is a show today where Mr. Box Office needs to really get something off his chest. Get things off his chest, and it had to be done today, especially with the Tottenham Hotspur fan base, which for me has to be the fan base that give you so much content to do. It's amazing because you don't need it. To be honest with you, we should be calm because we know the storm, we know where we are at, and that's it. But unfortunately for Tottenham fans, they give you. The gift that keeps on giving, give you something to talk about. And one thing that they're giving you to talk about, which we're going to say what was on the show today. And let's talk about what's on the show today with Mr. Box Office himself, the main event. Why are Tottenham fans defending Dier Davies in the game against Wolves? Number one. Number two, why all of a sudden now we are now talking about Daniel Levy and Levy out? Those are the two things we are going to speak about today, because at the moment, I'm seething. I'm going to unleash. No one's safe. No one's safe, but I am going to unleash. Because some of the stuff I've heard has been absolute rubbish and garbage. So let's get into the show today. Welcome to everybody who is watching today. It's going to be a sharp show today. I don't know how long it's going to be. So you got to keep yourself watching and keep your still strapped in. Because when you poke the bear bites, and he's going to be biting a lot today. I'll tell you that for a fact. So let's get into it. And let's get into it today with the first subject. Why are Tottenham fans defending Dier and Davies? I don't understand. We were telling people this is a build. We're going to move forward into the future. Move forward into the future with new ideas. We're going to be playing free-flowing attacking football. We're going to be moving on, playing young players. The class of 92 from the under-21s. So we're going to trust in them because we've got the youth structure that Paratigi's put in and everything else. And suddenly, Van der Ven gets injured. Romero gets sent off. And look what happens. Dier and Davies in defence. But then it does get any better. It doesn't get any better than that. Tottenham Hotspur nearly win the game. They nearly win the game. Yes, we let in the 2 goals, which was expected because Tottenham Hotspur in that second half were getting absolutely rinsed to pieces by Wolves. They just couldn't finish their dinner. When they made that substitution, they knew how to get past Tottenham Hotspur. Next thing you know, 2 goals, bang, bang, 2 goals go in. And still, you've got Tottenham fans defending this. What do we say? We said, we don't want Dier in defence. We don't want Davies in defence. We know that they can't do Ange football. But all I'm hearing from Tottenham fans is, we need experience though. This is the thing I heard against Liverpool. I said, we need experience. We got through that game. Oh yeah, that was a brilliant substitution though, wasn't it? But why is it you've got Ashley Phillips on the bench who you bigged up? You said, yeah, this is the future. Dorrington, part of the class of under 20, class of 92. according to Johnny, by the way, from Tottenham on Tour, by the way, he talks a lot of sense, I've been told, when he talks a load of rubbish. Yeah. So, like I said, yeah, right. I was told these youngsters are the future. Yeah. So, if we're in a build, we're not going for championships. This is the start of a build. Why is it he's not in the team? And if you're so concerned about this, about the youngsters, they've got no experience. They can't have experience. You gave away Sanchez. You gave away Rodon. You didn't get a defender in. You didn't get other defenders in. That is preparation. If you've got belief in these youngsters, you play them. Or you're putting them on loan. Because it's all good doing it in the under-21s. It's all good doing the under-21s. But if you can't, you don't know, because it's not men's football. It's not proper football. Nothing's on the line. Yes, you can win there. Yes, great. But when you're really playing it, when there's something on the line, when there's pressure, there's something that is something different. I don't understand why Tottenham fans are defending this. From my point of view, the best solution was to play Davies and Ashley Phillips. Those are the two things that they could have done. You had Dorrington on the bench. You didn't need to play Dier. And then we've got Tottenham fans who say, I need to be balanced. I need to be balanced. And I'm just sitting there saying, well, if you want to be balanced, you know where the political chamber's over there. I didn't need to be a politician. I didn't know that we need to be politicians being a Tottenham fan. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, because we've got Daniel Levy in charge. Oh, yeah, forgot that. Yeah, we need to be politicians now. You see what I'm saying? This is the only fan base that says we need to be balanced. The only fan base. And I don't understand it. They say, we're being clever because we need to be balanced. We need to be balanced. I don't really care about you being balanced. Just want to know your opinion. And the fact is, Davies and Dier cannot play and football. Why is it Pochettino was okay to play to youngsters in the squad? How did Harry Kane go in the squad? Oh yeah, because Pochettino actually gave him a chance. Oh yeah, Sherwood gave him a chance as well. That's the only way you find out whether these youngsters are actually good. He's done. Dier is done. And the thing is, though, we're doing the same thing. We're doing it again. Like we did with Conte. All I was hearing from Tottenham fans when he was playing, he said, Virgil van Dijk. Oh, he's the best thing since sliced bread. Oh, yes, he should be in the England squad. Oh, we should give him credit and everything else. I'm sitting there saying, okay, this is the same guy that we said that was bang average. Yeah? Moon boots, I was told. Yeah, and now you're defending him. We were criticising Davies. Yeah. Oh, he's done well right now. Yeah, we need to give him a chance. We need to give him some credit. Yeah. We need to give him some chance. Really? Come on now. Really? If we're going to move forwards, if we're moving forward, we need to take risks. We need to give these youngsters a chance. Because it's no point of them doing things in the under-21s, saying, yeah, they're all fine and everything else. They need to get a chance in the first team. We can't be afraid. And if we're doing it like Brighton do it themselves. Brentford don't give it a chance as well. You've got Manchester United giving their youngsters a chance every single week. And all I hear is, we need the first team though. We need the first team. In any reality, you have injuries. You can't have a fully fit squad for the whole duration of the first half of the season. You never can. So it's really silly to think that, all of a sudden now you're going to have no injuries. Especially after the season we just had with the World Cup in the middle of it. I do not understand why Tottenham fans still defend Dier Davies in our team. And the silly thing is, the thing that frustrates me about this whole thing is that when I was saying to people, when we were having this good run of games, I said, this run is coming. This run is coming. Yes, I did say that we could win the league, in a theory, just in the theory. But I said it could come because we were getting lucky, And all the Tottenham fans were saying to me was saying this: "Oh, just enjoy it, Alex. Oh, don't just be positive, Alex." While I was sitting there thinking, okay, I'd love to see your reaction. I'd love to see your reaction when we lose a game. I'd love to see your reaction when we lose a couple of games. And start saying to me you're really enjoying it then. It's just annoying to me. It's frustrating for me. But this is the Tottenham fan base. In a nutshell, absolutely in a nutshell, every single day. And I don't get it. And this sums it up perfectly, with the whole thing with Dier Davies. Shouldn't be in the squad, should never be in there at all. I'll take Davies because he's mobile. That's it. That's the only reason. But Dier's proven that he's not good enough. Not good enough at all. Sorry. And that's it. Sorry. And it's frustrating when you're hearing it. Ashley Phillips should be in that team. I don't care whether he's young. You're young enough to play in the team as far as I'm concerned. They're not afraid. Yes, you can ruin their confidence, but at the same time, you need to know if they're good enough or not. If you had doubts, you should have got another defender in. If you had doubts, you shouldn't have let go of Rodon. You shouldn't have let go of Sanchez. But you made the decision to let go of Sanchez. You made the decision to let go of Rodon because you said, no, not good enough for our team. Cool. You said, okay, I like the look at Ashley Phillips. Okay, cool. Cool. If you're that concerned, you could have put him on loan to a team in the Championship. Gave him experience with some proper football. Because let's be honest here, it's all cool being the under-21s, but we all know there's a glass ceiling for under-21s. There's a glass ceiling. When you get to really this level, you start to see whether they really are ready for the big time, the big time, the things that, the creme de la creme. You understand about playing against players that actually, if you make a mistake, that could be crucial. You can get away with it in the under-21s. You could get away with it in the Championship, possibly, but you're still playing proper football. That's it. That's what I'm saying. It's just frustrating. It's absolutely frustrating. But big up to everybody in the chat. Big up to everybody in the chat. If you really want to say a question, I'll leave it to the end of the show. I don't know how long this is going to be, but I'll leave some section to the questions. So if you want to put a Q in the question box, quick question next to your statement, I'll read it out and I'll star it, and then we can say it at the end of the show. But I'm still unleashing about this whole thing with Dier Davies. I mean, what would have been the situation if we didn't give a chance to our youngsters in the past, like the likes of Levy King? I mean, Michael Dawson when he came from Nottingham Forest. I mean, there was so many others. Tanganga. If you don't give youngsters a chance, you don't know whether they're good enough or not. And I don't see why there's an excuse why we can't do it right now. I don't understand it. It's pretty confusing to me. Because, I mean, it was so evidently clear Whether or not they played well, they stopped. They didn't let in a goal within that period. Dier and Davies, they were still made the mistakes that was crucial to Wolves scoring. Yes, Wolves made a very crucial substitution, which there are good substitutions really. I'm just going on the game now, but it's just for me. I think it's quite clear and evident that Tottenham Hotspur were just not good enough on the day, not good enough on the day at all. And it's that second half they were absolutely dominating us, Wolves, absolutely dominating us, and it wasn't. You can see it from a mile off that Tottenham Hotspur were getting absolutely dominated. It's just not. It's not. I mean, the fact that people are defending it, yeah. Davies made some great interceptions, yeah. But I mean, I'm more looking at Dier, to be honest with you, than Davies. I think Davies, for me, could have had to play. I think Davies, out of the two, had to play. Yes, fair enough. I'll give him that. I'll give you that. So probably I'm a bit unfair on him. Yeah, he did have a good game. But at the crucial moments, he failed. I mean, I think people being harsh with Højbjerg. I think Højbjerg, yeah. But we all know his limitations, Højbjerg. Højbjerg does a job. So we're not expecting a lot from Højbjerg. I've heard now people defending Lo Celso. Lo Celso's not interested in playing for Tottenham Hotspur. He's not interested. Because he plays like he doesn't. He's not interested. He played well during pre-season because he wanted to move. He wanted to go to another team. He's not interested in playing for Tottenham anymore. He doesn't play like he wants to play. Be interested. You know my thoughts on Kulusevski. He's not good enough. He hasn't been good enough. Play him in the centre, possibly. Use him in the centre, but he needs to do more for me. He's not good enough as a winger. And I've seen better wingers. So you saw the wing play from Chelsea's wingers yesterday and Manchester City's wingers yesterday. That's a proper winger. Kulusevski's not a proper winger. Son was missing yesterday as a captain. When Tottenham lost that goal, when they scored their first goal, Sareba scored the first goal, which was a fantastic goal, by the way. Son could have been the captain, tried to calm them down. No one was trying to calm them down. Yeah, so I was right to criticize him because whether or not he didn't get any service, I'm not talking about him being given the service. That's not the point I'm making. That's not the point I'm making at all. Yeah, but in the crucial moments, what was he doing? When to calm down the boys? What was it to say Dier? He's played with Dier for so long now, and Davies. He's played with them so long. He's his best friend, Davies. Yeah, because I know that they go out a lot of the time. Yeah, they've known each other for a long time. They've been in the team for a long time. Why did he just say, "Okay, Davies, Dier, right? Calm down. Let's just calm down now. Let's keep it tight. Yeah, we've let in this goal. Yep, okay, not a tragedy. Let's just try and, see out this game for a draw." But no. We lost our composure. And that's where my concerns are. And this is why I say, my argument is, why are we saying that we need experience when clearly, the experienced players are letting us down? It makes no sense. And I'll get criticised saying, well, you can't put the Johnsons in. Well, but clearly you can see the experienced players are letting us down. I would say at the moment, Vicario is more acting like a captain than Son is. Because you see him shouting at the players. You can see that he's driven. You can see it. Now, I'm not bigging him up because the thing is, though, yes, he's been a fantastic goalkeeper. He's made some fantastic saves. But I was writing my video, which is on Mr. Box Office TV, by the way. Yeah? And please like and subscribe. I'm nearly up to 1,000, by the way. And if you can like the video, like the stream, that would be really, really appreciated for your boy, Mr. Box Office, the main event. Yeah? If you want to keep Mr. Box Office going, please keep on liking the stream. If you don't think, Mr. Box Office is waffling, like people say, just keep on liking the stream as well. Like, subscribe, and that's it. Big up to everybody in the chat as well. But the point is that Vicario was acting more of a captain than Son, and it don't make sense. And the thing is that when we were having this good run, all I was hearing, this is right on cue, because I've heard this so many times, is that Vicario, Son was, he's keeping everybody happy. Everyone's happy with him. Oh, they get on with him. We're loving Son as a captain. Oh, everybody's loving the atmosphere at Tottenham Hotspur. Oh, it's going so well. Postecoglou and the squad is so happy and everything else. And you're hearing all this and you're sitting there thinking, okay. Let's just wait and see when it really starts to fall apart. We'll see what happens. Because we all know, that this is just BS. We all know, because it's just painting pictured right now. Just all these stories are coming out right now at the best time when everything's going well. Yeah, let's see what happens when it's not going well. Yeah, let's really see what happens. Yeah, and heaven, you know it, you're seeing what's happening right now. It's just after injuries and suspensions, you're starting to see really what's really going on. I think it's quite clear how I feel about this situation, and I don't think I can change it at all, to be honest with you. And that's all I can say, and that's it. And people can say whatever they want to say, and that's it. But and that's it. Big up to everybody in the chat. Big up everybody. Big up to everybody that's watching the stream, and keep liking the stream as well. As I said before, I'm nearly up to 1,000 subscribers, and it'd be great if you appreciated if you do like the stream and subscribe as well. What friendly I will say is that this is not this will be something that is going to be a regular me unleashing, and it will be on the off chance, and that's it. Also, just to do some promotion. Yes, we are still doing the good, the bad, and the bang average, still top 5. And we are going to be doing that soon. You'll see a different side of Mr. Box Office, not unleashing all the time. Just saying what really I felt good was, what was bad, and what was bang average. What was really just bang average. And that's it. Also look forward to some videos where Mr. Box Office will be more investigative as well. More investigative about different things, not just about Tottenham, but just about football in general. Because we all know football's changed. Football has changed in different ways, where world-class players are not around so much now, but you're seeing now more systems, and the fact that more managers are more into focus of how they play, and the players around and what they do. We'll be talking about that as well, investigating about that during this period, this international period, which is the best period for Mr. Box Office, because then it starts to show Mr. Box Office's creative side, and that's it. But that's just something to look forward to, and that's it. So keep liking and subscribing, and that's it. And big up to everybody in the chat as well. I better go into some people, because the people have commented, and not that I've ignored them, but let's big up to everybody. Big up to Mark Cook. Big up to Mark Cousins. Big up to Run Devil Run. Big up to Simon Hill. Big up to Joseph Hallworth. Big up to you. Big up to, well, that's not, no, it's not, it's a Jamaican shirt, Joseph. Big up to you. And big up to you, Runner. Let's read this. Will you keep Højbjerg as a squad player? Dier seriously needs to go. He is not good enough. Well, the question, the reason why I say this is, and thank you for your question, Devil's Run. The reason why I think for me at the moment, I think Højbjerg wants to go. I think Højbjerg is gone. I think Højbjerg is gone. There was something that someone said, and I can't remember who said it, but it's a good point. If you're in the last part of your contract, you know, a year, 2 years, I can't remember how long Højbjerg's contract is left, how much left of the contract is. For me, I think someone made a really good point. I think they said that he's obviously planning his exit, and I think that just makes sense for me. I think he's not going to sign a contract, basically. So for me, you should just let him go. But if we can't find a replacement for him, he does do a job. And that's all he does, is do a job. He did a really good job against Chelsea. That's one of the reasons why we were so, disciplined in what we were trying to do against Chelsea. So I can see what he does, but this will lead up to what I'm saying in my next segment. Why are we talking about Daniel Levy? Okay. And I'll go into that in a bit. Because it's not just about Daniel Levy, there's other things as well. Okay, so stay tuned. I'll get onto that in a bit. But big up to you, big up to everybody, big up to you. Big up to Wade Henderson, big up to Sue Smith, big up to you for your support as well, Sue Smith, because I do watch, and big up to you. Big up to you. Should be given minutes of time, even when Romero was still there, he would have gained some confidence. Don't want to blame Ange. Well, to be honest with you, for me, I have to be honest. I don't understand why he wasn't given a chance in the first place, because I think people have been going over the top about Romero. I think Romero has just not been. I think Romero's been great. He's been good, but now people are now putting the narrative out because he has his moments. And let's be honest here. In the crucial part of a game against Chelsea, in the big moments, he has let us down. Whatever you say about the red card, he let us down in the big moments and put us in a situation when we had full control of a game against Chelsea. Okay, maybe I'm a bit going over the top a little bit. He wasn't giving us. He still let us down, and he has that in him. And for me, it worries me that you're now saying that he needs Van der Ven next to him to see the real Romero play well. That's concerning to me. I don't. That's why I say, why are people comparing him to Saliba? Now, whatever you say, Saliba has done well. You see what I'm saying? He's been consistent, done well. And we're arguing with Arsenal fans about him being better than Saliba. It's ridiculous. We're arguing that he's doing better than Van Dijk. Now, for me, for Romero to get to that level of Van Dijk, we need to see a few championships and a few trophies for even have that discussion right now. This is the problem. Romero can't touch someone like Ledley King. Romero can't touch, spoiler alert, Sol Campbell. Romero can't touch Tony Adams. Romero can't touch Desai. You know where I'm going with this. John Terry. He can't touch those players because it's all good doing it in a 5-minute period of 10 games or 11 games. You need to do it consistent. Last year was an awful year for Romero. He was hot-headed and he let us down in the key moments. And for me, you can't continue to do that if you're a good defender. Yeah, you won the World Cup, but let's be honest here. Look at the side that you're playing in. Argentina. You had superstars everywhere you went. All over the place. All over that team. So that's all good doing it then. But what about doing it for Tottenham Hotspur? let's be honest here. He wasn't showing up before Van der Ven turned up. You've got to be consistent, and you can't just rely on one player to be a partner to make yourself look good. You might as be above average Michael Dawson then, because that's what Michael Dawson was all about. Michael Dawson could only play with Ledley King. Other defenders, he was absolutely awful, but he was a fantastic defender with Ledley King beside him. You could put the same criticism of Alderweireld. You know, Alderweireld, he looked good besides Vertonghen. So it's like, you know, we do go over the top. You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it is about consistency. And that's the important thing for me about Romero. He's not consistent. And that's my issue at the moment. And he's not better than Ding. I don't care whether you put bloody stats in front of me. Stats don't make no bloody difference. No difference in my life at all. I'm sorry, I'm bored of people talking about stats. And when people talk about stats, go back and play FIFA then. Honestly, I'm bored of them. They're boring and it's ruining football, especially XG. I'm bored of it. Honestly, don't get me started. Do not get me started on that. Big up to Lily White Lane. Big up to you because you support Mr. Bot's office. And big up to your content as well. Big up to you. So, yeah, I'm just looking through questions at the moment. But big up to everybody that's in the chat today. Big up to you. I'm not going to pronounce your name. Son is a top player, top class, great player. Yeah, I'm not arguing that Son's not a top player. I'm not arguing. But as a captain, but he needs to do more on the pitch. He can't just score goals. When he's not scoring goals, he's not doing anything. Yeah. And what does that make him? An above average Jamie Vardy then. That's what it makes him. That's what it makes him because he hasn't got no goals. He's not doing anything else. And he's a captain. And in the crucial moment, where was he to calm down the players? Where was he? Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. That's the point I make. Big up to your comment, but I've heard this before about Son. But what has he won for Tottenham? When he's in the crucial moments, what has he won for Tottenham? Yes, okay, last part of the season with Conte, he was fantastic. But what do we win? All we got is Champions League. That's all we got. He didn't win. He didn't go to the moment. He didn't have his form. His form wasn't to lead us to a trophy. And that's the criticism we'll have of Son. It's good to do it right now. Yeah, it's great. It's great to do it. But as a captain now, and this is now as a captain, where are you when we're in a bad moment? That's when you should be being the captain. That's your moment. That's your senior moment there to show yourself. Yeah? But you don't show yourself. That's the problem I have with him. And he didn't show up. I didn't see him. I didn't see him against Wolves. Where was he? Where was he? Because I didn't see him. In the crucial moments, where was he? As a captain? Nowhere. Sorry, that's the harsh thing about it. Like, you look at captains like Roy Keane, Rio Ferdinand. You can't say those criticisms, can you? You can't give those criticisms, can you, at all? So, for me, there's no really argument here at all, really, for me. So, you can give me another argument for me about Son. Why do I need to not give him not criticize him for being a captain when in the crucial moments, where is he to calm down the players to say, let's have some composure, calm down. Yep, we letting that goal. We're letting that go. Right, let's just calm down. Let's all calm down. Yeah? And let's just wait and see. Let's just wait and see. Come on, just calm down. Everyone, let's just keep it tight. Keep on playing our game and get to the end of the game. But we didn't do that. We lost the ball in the crucial moment. It was last minute as well. And we let in and then Lamina scored. Got through the lines, coming through the lines, gone in between Dier and Davies. And that's what happened. But still, people defend Dier and Davies, by the way, because they said we could have won the game. Deluded. But anyway, moving on. Who are your you playing in free midfield in the midfielders in the Nets Villa game? Big up to everybody in the chat, by the way, that's asking the question. Big up to you. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's got to be okay. Basuma's going to be suspended, so Sarr. I do agree. Maybe put Lo Celso there, but he's got to do better. I would actually do this. I would play Sarr, Højbjerg, and Kulusevski in that middle. I'll try Kulusevski in that middle. I think Kulusevski needs to play in the middle for me. Try him in the middle because I don't trust Lo Celso, because Lo Celso for me is just. He needs to do more for me. I'm sorry, and I don't care whether people are praising his cameo. He hasn't been good. He hasn't been good at all. And I thought with the fact that you had Maddison in front of him, it would have pushed him a little bit to say, you know what? No, I'm not having this guy come in and start, bossing this midfield. No, I'm not having it. And I thought he would have tried to push himself to try and compete, but he hasn't done nothing. Also, Gill's just lightweight. It's getting to a point where you're not getting it, mate. You're just not getting it. You know what I mean? If you're going to be able to compete, I mean, you've got your compatriot. You've got Modric, yeah, who played for Tottenham, who was getting bossed about a lot of the time. He bulked himself up. Look at him. He became he made one of Tottenham's best players. Yeah. Now look at him for Real Madrid. It's quite ridiculous that this guy is playing for Tottenham and he's just not developed. He's not moved forward at all. And how long has he been at Tottenham? People criticize Harry Winks, but it's just like, at least you work hard and try and, make yourself better. The players today, they're just happy just to stay in one level. That's it. They don't look like to go another level. They don't look like to go another level at all. They're just the same old. It's boring. Really is boring. I'm sorry. I'm just really disappointed. I've got to be honest. I'm really disappointed in that, to be honest with you. Honestly, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I've got to be honest. I think it's stupid. Stupid, really. Big up to everybody in the chat. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start people's questions. And if you have any more questions, put a Q in the Q box, and that's it. But I've got to move on to my next segment. I have to move on to my next segment because my next segment is one thing I need to say, and I need to say it because I need to say it, and I'm going to say it quickly, and that's it. Why are Spurs fans so focused on Daniel Levy? Now, this is a question I need to ask. Now, this is not a dig at of people I know that are Levy out. Yeah, certain people I know have always been Levy out. I think they've been keeping it calm. I think they've been keeping their mouths shut about it because they don't want to get criticised. They don't want to get criticised about it. They don't want to get criticised about it at all. And for me, I don't understand why they do that, because as far as I'm concerned, if we feel the way that they feel, they should just say what they feel, and that's it. Regardless whether we're doing well or not, they've got the same position, and that's it. You shouldn't be worried about the criticism. But since now this bad period of having the loss against Chelsea, the loss against Wolves, Now it's all started to come up again. The whole thing with Daniel Levy. Oh, we're going to see what he does in January. Oh, there's no money. There's no money. This is what's happened now, and it's right on cue. Oh, there's no money. We've spent all the Kane money, and that's it. So I'm sitting there thinking, why are we now talking about Daniel Levy when we got in Scott Munn, who's supposed to be the football guy, the football chief football officer, whatever he is. You've got Johan Lang, the technical director, and then you've got Rob McKenzie, the chief scout now. We're going now data-led now. Looking at the data-led approach now. The same way that Brighton have done it, and the same way that Brentford have done it. But we are still looking at Daniel Levy. We're saying, oh, we need money. And I'm sitting there saying, well, we're going down this data-led approach because we're going to try and find gems and bring them in cheap. That's what we're trying to do with this data-led approach. So I don't understand the criticism and why we're focusing on Daniel Levy. If we've brought in Scott Munn and left into the football side, it will look silly for Daniel Levy now to say, you know what, I'm going to take this now. You know what I mean? I'm going to take this now, and that's it. Well, if you're going to go down this route of data-led, why are you getting involved? Why would Daniel Levy get involved? The thing that summed it all up for me, and this is a story, this is story time in Mr. Bot's office now, I'm thinking about it now. We're looking at the whole thing with Brighton, the data-driven model. And we look at the data-driven model with Brighton. Brighton have done this for years. I think they started this way back when they were in the way back. And Tony Broom started this structure, and I think it was another company with another company. That was it. So they have worked with this for a long time, a very long time. So they trust the people that they've had for a long time now to do what they're doing. And the thing that about Brighton, yeah, it could all fall apart because look at what happened with Leicester. But the whole point I'm making is that with the data-led approach that they have, they've had people that have left that way, they've left the club. They've left the club, but they've been able to replace them because the people that have been under them have learnt the way that they do things at the club, and they've been able to carry on the process. Hence why you're seeing the progress that Brighton are making. Now, yeah, they're not doing well at the moment, but they're in uncharted territory with De Zerbi at the moment, being in Europa League for the first time for how many years now? So they need to cope with that side of things in Europe, but also cope with being in the Premier League. Now, that's difficult for a club like Brighton to be in that position. They're trying to acclimatise to it. Fair enough. But they've done this for years now. And they know how to do it. Now, Tottenham Hotspur are not experienced of doing this. They might have had a little bit of things, but that's all been ripped apart, and now they're putting it all back together with the structure that Prodigy done last year. We're bringing in Simon Davis and the structure with everybody playing the same way, and then having Gammadini doing some of that as well in the background in the summer with Aj Postecoglou, and now bringing in Johan Lang and Rob McKenzie and I think he's going to bring in somebody else. With that work starting right now, because they've got important things to look in January, hopefully with this structure, we won't need to worry about Daniel Levy, because it's doing what Daniel Levy wants. It's doing what Daniel Levy wants to happen. He wants to try and find gems that they can grow in the future, can playing the same system that Tottenham Hotspur are trying to build with Postecoglou or somebody else if Postecoglou leaves in the next couple of years, which he can do because he left Celtic. So I don't understand where the concern is at the moment, because if we're going down this data-led option, we should be looking at people that fit the system but are just unknown, like Brighton are doing at the moment. So I don't understand where the concern is at the moment, because at the end of the day, it's still a build. And, you know, we if we're going to do this Brighton thing, it's going to take time. And we're going to have to learn to listen to the people that are experts at it, which is what we're trying to do. The main thing is that we learn from this and we bring in people that can learn under it. So if Johan Lang decides to leave, we've got somebody else to replace him to carry on the process, to develop our structure, to develop the players that we want to bring in as well through this strategy of data-led, the data-driven model, and that's it. But the main thing is, which we have to say, because this is what Brighton have got completely to a T, is that Brighton have got people in Tony Bloom and the chairman as well, and everybody under him as well, that work in this system of doing this data-driven model approach, is that everyone works together. And whether someone comes out that cog, they've got somebody else to replace him with. So everyone's got the same objective. This is a key thing with Tottenham Hotspur. I don't think it helps, and this is where we look at Daniel Levy. I'm not defending him, because like I said before, you know my thoughts on when I'm going to back Postecoglou. I've told you so many times, go and watch back on Mr. Box Office TV on my YouTube channel. But if Tottenham Hotspur lose somebody in that cog of Johan Lang, Postecoglou, Scott Munn, if anybody comes out that cog, are we going to replace him with somebody to keep on the process? That's the key thing. That is the key thing I have to say. And this is why I mentioned this this is why I'm saying that I'm still not convinced still. Regardless whether you see I've seen things that are good and are positive, I still got my question marks whether this is going to be a long-term thing. And long-term is the main important thing at the end of the day. I'm always going to be skeptical because of what's happened before. So I don't think it's a case of me, I don't understand why we're all focused on Daniel Levy. Because Daniel Levy shouldn't be a factor. Because this system should be doing what Daniel Levy wants. This should be a dream team for Tottenham Hotspur with Postecoglou, Johan Lang, and Scott Munn, with Rob McKenzie under him. It should be a dream team with this data-led approach moving forward. It should be a dream team. But if it's not, that would be the key moment of trying to find out whether this is going to work, and that's it. And that's my issue at the moment. That's my issue at the moment, and that's it. But yeah, big up to everybody that's listening. If you agree with me or disagree with me, give me your thoughts. Let me know, and that's it. Big up to everybody in the chat, by the way. Big up to everybody in the chat. What's your thoughts on the situation at Tottenham Hotspur? What is your thoughts? And I'm just going to be some comments, and that's it. Big up to people in the chat. Like I said again, Adam Phillips, big up to you. Everyone's blaming Dier or Ange for the Wolves' defeat. The biggest culprits for the loss is Romero. Well, to be honest with you, again, we're going back onto the squad, aren't we? You see what I'm saying? We shouldn't. We're looking at the squad and we're saying it's not good enough. Then, well, this is the point. This is why I said we were going over the top about our squad and our chances, and why I didn't listen to people that were saying to me that that we are, we should just enjoy it. I mean, you can only enjoy things when you know where the destination is, and we don't know what the destination is at the moment. And that's why I said that I just thought it's absolutely ridiculous. But the thing is, I don't listen to those people because they haven't got any common sense. They ain't got no common sense at all, and that's it for me. The people that were real about it were people like Paul from the Hotspur Hippie, people like Kuva, who absolutely loves Ange, by the way, and he's just enjoying it and says that he's going to win the league, and he's just saying it because he just wants to enjoy it and he doesn't care. And Asthmatic, and that's the thing. I can have a chat with them too, those three. I can have a football conversation, even sometimes with Saba. I can have a football conversation with him. Perchy, I can have a football conversation. There's certain people out there that you sit there and they'll say, "Oh, you're being negative," and shame you. They'll shame you, and you sit there and think, "Well, that's why I don't listen to you. You're just pushing me even further away." Simple as that. And this is the problem with the fan base. The fan base, they want to make themselves so right about this. Yeah, they're so afraid of being bantered when really at the end of the day it's just football. That's it. I went on the show last week. You saw me on Time Rounded On. Left it because I got fed up with the way that Alan was chatting to me. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. It's at the end of the day, and getting really worried about, oh well, you're being rude. I'm just talking about football. You know what you're getting, Mr. Box Office. You know what Mr. Box Office is like every single time. So what are you going on about? You know what I mean? It's just like, it's no point. There's a reason why there's football terrorists around. That's all I need to say. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous, and that just shows you, that interaction just shows you we're not all together. Not all together at all. You know what I mean? That's why I was sitting there looking at people, telling me, "Oh, we should be all together. We should be all as one," and everything else. I'm sitting there thinking, "No, we're not. We're never going to be until Daniel Levy leaves, and he's not leaving." So, if you want to be in dreamland and think that, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So just get over it. Yeah, honestly, just get over it, because you're just getting ridiculous. No one's going to change. Yeah, there's always going to be Levy out every single time because there's an underlying build of it. That's it, simple. So we're all going to disagree. That's it, simple. The reason why I'm doing the stream today, because I just heard some nonsense about Dier and Davies saying we need to be balanced. I'm like, well, why? Why? We all know that Dier and Davies are crap. We all know it. I only said that we should have Dier and Davies in the team because he's mobile, and we've got no choice. I take it you can have experience, but just have one of them. That's it for me. I don't understand what people are going on about. I've got to be honest, but this is how it is. This is how it is. Big up to everybody in the chat. Big up to everybody in the chat. Big up to Defo, Keflo. Big up to you. I don't know who you're talking about, but if you're saying that I'm a villain, big up to you, mate. I love it. I absolutely love it. But anyway, move up. Big up to you. Just like and subscribe, mate. Big up to you. Big up to you, Mark Cook. Big up to you. Big up to you, Lee. Big up to you, Lee. Big up to you, Lee Smith. Big up to you. Big up to you. Big up to you, Minerals FC. Big up to you. Big up to you, Has Spur. Big up to you. I mean, Jay, he's just a gift that keeps on giving. Honestly, he's just a gift that keeps on giving. If he's defending Dier, right, I don't want to hear him moaning when he does a mistake. I don't want to hear him moaning. This is the point I'm making. Yeah. If you're going to defend these players, right, I don't want to hear moaning when they're in the team. I don't want to hear them. I don't want to hear them when they make mistakes because I said, well, you're defending them. You're defending them. Yeah. You're saying that you need to give them credit. You're trying to be a politician. I said, well, mate, if you want to be a politician, good for you, mate. But I ain't defending it. Yeah. The fact is, David Harris was always right. Yeah. He's the only one that was saying it. He was saying it, everything. He was saying it all the time. Yeah. And I had to apologize to him. Yeah. And I don't go back on my word. I will never go back on my word on Dier or Davis or Sanchez. I will not go back on my word after having to apologize to David Harris. Big up to him, by the way, because he's the only one that was speaking up about these players, especially Dier. He told me, we were arguing all through lockdown about this guy. Yeah? All through lockdown. Yeah? And look what happened. Yeah? So I'm bored of these Tottenham fans telling me we need to be balanced. And you wonder why we don't win. We wonder why we don't win. I don't see Chelsea fans acting like that. I don't see Manchester United fans acting like that. I see rants every single time Ten Hag's playing. He's saying out, 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 and you don't see any Man United fans complaining about him. Lee Gunner, he says Arteta out. And look at what Arsenal are doing at the moment. So please don't tell me about balance. I'm bored of these people being balanced. I'm here to be a Tottenham fan, not be a balanced politician. Honestly, it's boring. Honestly, some of these Tottenham fans have told me that you need to be politicians. It's boring. Boring. Honestly, get over yourselves. Because all else do is this. Back to life, back to reality. That's what it's called. Back to reality. That's what it's called. Seriously. No, I'm bored of it. I'm seriously bored of it. Oh, anyway, moving on. But yeah, but honestly, it's not even that. It's not even that. It's just those things just get on my nerves, especially the whole thing of Daniel Levy. It's like, we need to defend him now. Oh, he got in Postecoglou. Yeah. The only reason why he got him in is because of Scott Munn. Let's be honest here. Because when Scott Munn's come in, look what's happened. Yeah? Straight away, boom, Gabardini out the door. Yeah? Boom, Johan Lang's in. Boom, Rob McKenzie's in. Straight away, boom, 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 boom. Things are happening. Bang, 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 bang. I mean, that's the record we're seeing at the moment. That is the record we're seeing at the moment. There's no differing. There's nothing. It's like, I'm getting this guy in. Boom, 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 boom. There's decisiveness. That's it. Done. No messing around. No faffing around. That's all I'm getting. Now, I'm not saying Scott Munn's any good. I don't know. We need to see long term. We don't know. Yeah? But at the moment, all we're seeing is bang, bang, bang. Johan Lang, Rob McKenzie, Gabardini out the door. Decisive. Very decisive. Know what he wants to do, and that's it, done. There's no messing around. So this is why I'm saying at the moment, I think it's a bit premature to start talking about Daniel Levy when he brought in Scott Munn to do the football side. So if he's not letting him do the football side, don't get in Scott Munn then. He's brought in Scott Munn to bring in this strategy of this data-led approach, right? This data-led approach that would be a fantastic thing for Daniel Levy. You're not spending lots of money on players and you can get quality and players that can play the system that Ange Postecoglou wants to play. And what Tottenham Hotspur know as free-flowing attacking football, the way that Tottenham Hotspur's style and philosophy is going to be for the next how many years. That's what we're going to be doing for the next how many years. Yeah? So this is a perfect thing. The only thing we need to question is at the moment, which is what I'm saying at the moment. The story is Postecoglou, Johan Lang, and Scott Munn, and even including Simon Davis in that, with Johan Lang and with Rob McKenzie, are they all going to work hard and work together as a dream team? That's the thing that we need to look at the moment. Are they going to be perfect together and help Tottenham as one? The same thing as Pochettino, Paul Mitchell, John McDermott, and Daniel Levy under that area when Poch was in charge. We saw the benefits and the fruits of them working together as one. When we taking out Paul Mitchell out that cog, that's when it started to collapse. And you started to see it fall apart a little bit. That was the problem. It was just things were starting to fall apart, and that was it. And that's it. You see, and this is the problem. And big up to you, Robert Wilson. Big up to you, Robert Wilson. I get what you're saying, but the point is, regardless whether he has the final say or not, you brought in Scott Munn because you trusted him to bring this data-led approach in. Now, if he doesn't trust him right now, why bring him in the first place? This is why I said what I said in June. Yeah, and I'm not going to repeat what I said because you know what I said. Well, I'm going to just repeat it to the people that don't know. When we have a bad run of games, when things are not going right, when there's adversity in the club, what's going to happen? What is going to happen? Because it was all good when it was all positive. But we need to look at the long term. If this season doesn't go well, what is the reaction? Is it going to be, okay, we knew this was going to happen. Let's see how it goes. Let's still build, and that's it. We know where we're going. We know the end destination. We just need to keep on going. Yeah, we know exactly where we're going to go with this. And that's it. We're going to keep to the same strategy, and that's it. We're going to learn from the bad things that happened. We're going to learn from what's happened that's gone wrong. And we're going to just still keep and try and improve on that, and that's it. But if Daniel Levy doesn't trust this strategy, well, you've got to question his objective. You've got to question him. And this is why I'm not on board at the moment. Because I will say this. I think I've said this before on someone else's stream. Big up to you, Robert, by the way. Big up to you. One thing I will say. If I don't think Postecoglou will be here more than 2 years. And the reason why I say that, why did he leave Celtic? He had everything there at Celtic. He just won the treble at Celtic. I think it was domestic treble. If someone can correct me in the chat, if I was wrong, just correct me. But the fact is that he had won the treble at Celtic and he still left Celtic. He doesn't seem to stay at clubs for very, very long. Now, I think he will either leave because he's found something better, because it's quite well known. A lot of fans have started to take note of how he is as a person. They like his personality. They like the football that he plays. So a lot of teams will think, you know what? I like what's going on at Tottenham. he's a good. He looks like a good manager there, and you can see that he could easily go to another team, another top team, if Tottenham don't fit his aspirations, because you can see that he wants to win. He has a thing in his head where he wants to go, but he still wants to win. That's the thing that he wants to do. He wants to win. So, for me, this is the thing. If Tottenham Hotspur don't do that, and he wants to leave, it'll be crucial for Tottenham. And this is where my boy Stelios and Graham and Brian got this information from Simon Davies, is where Tottenham have to plan on trying to find a manager that plays the same way, or plays the same way that Tottenham Hotspur want to play free-flowing attacking football, that they can continue the progress with Tottenham Hotspur moving forward, playing the same philosophy, and that's it. Now, that's a question mark I have at the moment. That's why I'm not on board too much with Ange at the moment. Because long term, I don't think he'll be here long term. I don't think he will. Yes, he's come across well. I said we're playing the best football since Poch. I don't blame him for playing the same way. I think you've got to do that. You've got to stick with your values. You know, at the end of the day, we're still building. So how are you going to learn if you're going to keep on chopping and changing? It doesn't make sense. So I don't know. I think this is the thing. I think he's done things well, but again, I've still got my question marks. And the only way you're going to find this out is if it's long term. That's the only way you're going to find out. That's it. Simple. Simple as that, really. So, yeah, that's it, really. Big up to everybody in the chat. Big up to everybody. 18 months tops. He's already gotten what he needed out of Levy. Premier exposure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree with you, Jazz Fusion. I big up to you. I big up to you. I also as well, this is the thing that annoys me about some Tottenham fans as well. They say to me, you know, they say, oh, you need to do what Ange wants. You need to do what Ange wants. In this day and age right now, only the likes of Klopp, you know, Guardiola, because they're top managers, and that's it. You know, you had the Alex Fergusons, you had your Arsene Wengers. Right now, in this era of football right now, I don't think you can plan to do things with a manager long term. I think you've got to do what the club wants, because you never know how long a manager is going to be there for. Now, I don't think you can plan for a manager long term anymore. That's what I'm trying to say. So you've got to have a philosophy, which is what Tottenham are doing, which is important. But I think Tottenham can't plan just to get players that Ange wants. Yeah, you can get players that Ange wants, but it's got to be what the whole club wants. You know, what the whole club wants. But now we're doing this strategy of, the philosophy that we're doing at the moment with good, free-flowing attacking football throughout the ages. This is the key thing. And this is where the data-led approach with playing a certain way is important. Because for the next man that comes in, he'll still have the sort of players that is essential to his system still. Regardless whether Ange is not that man, you still have the same manager, but he can still play the same way, or similar way that's free-flowing attacking football, but you can still use the same players, if that makes sense. So this is what I just want to see more of. That's what I want to see more of, I say. I mean, big up to everybody in the chat that's asking me these questions. Big up to you. You'll get more of this. Mr. Bots of Sundish, he's more calmed down now. I'm more calmed down now after my explosive introduction. My explosive introduction to the show. But you know how it goes every single time. And that's the thing. That's why I don't listen to people that say, oh, why is Mr. Bots being so rude? Why is he being so rude? You know what I'm like every single time. You know what Mr. Bots Office is all the time. You know what I mean? Every single time. And it's just boring whenever we don't say that. And that's it. But big up to everybody in the chat. We're going to be Wrapping up the show soon, and that's it. Big up to the support. Big up to everybody, and hopefully you all liking the stream, also subscribing. Like I said before, we're nearly up to 1,000 subscribers. If you can get me up to subscribers, if you do not mind, and I'd really appreciate if you can get me up to 1,000 subscribers. It's really appreciated. As I said before, I did say earlier in the show there are some things that to look forward to on Mr. Box Office TV. Like I said, the top 5, good, bad, and bang average. The only reason why it has been delayed is because I'm trying to show a little bit more of a different side to Mr. Box Office. It's all nice to be unleashing to people, but sometimes it's about providing some good content, some less reactive content, and that's it. This is why I'm saying about creativeness, and that's it. So you'll see a different side of Mr. Box Office on those videos, and that's it. That's all I'm saying. That's it. Also, we'll go into a little bit more detail on the behind the scenes on Tottenham Hotspur, because there's a conversation to have, and so look out for that as well. Put your notifications on as well, and big up to everybody in the chat, and that's it. But yeah, we're going to be leaving the series soon, so big up to everybody. Big up to Hasper. Big up to Minerals FC. Big up to Randy. Big up to Jeff Rowe. Big up to Lee Smith. Big up to everyone in the chat. Big up to everybody. And as always, as we end the show soon, and to end the show now, you'll see hopefully soon another time, and that's it during this international break. If you didn't know, get to know, support your boy, Mr. Box Office. Subscribe and like, and I'm out.